How are you guys doing? This is Ryan. Welcome back to the channel. In this week's video, I want to talk about two correlated topics. One is the tariffs set by President Trump on both Canada and Mexico for 25%, and the crypto market selling off. So these are our two correlated topics. So we're first going to talk about the tariff issue and what do I think about tariffs and kind of what's going on with it. So first, I think tariffs are bad. Tariffs is a form of taxation. Taxation takes from the productive sector and gives to the unproductive sector to do things that free individual people would not have otherwise have done. And what that does, it disrupts the whole market by not creating efficient outcomes. The efficient outcomes are set by prices. Prices of things in the market are dictated by supply and demand. And if people wanted more American goods, they would go ahead and get more American goods, but we go out and buy things from other countries because we find value in those, and that's what the market wants. And that's the most productive thing to create more economic freedom and actually prosperity and GDP, and it's the best thing, no matter what soil you're born on. But let's dig a little bit deeper into that. So Trump really likes tariffs, and I think there's a way he can offset the tariffs. I think his timing of this is pretty horrible because what he said is that he's going to get rid of the income taxes, or lower them at least, and use tariffs instead. Well, we still have very high income taxes, and now we have tariffs. So of course the market's not going to like this. At least if you could justify and say, hey, we're going to allow people to spend their money, but we're going to tariff imported goods, and therefore people are more likely to buy American products because they're priced efficiently. Now, what he should do instead of tariffs is make the cost of doing business easier in America, lower regulation, lower taxes, and we would likely have to import less things because we'd be more competitive. But America's gotten very expensive to do business in, so therefore we looked elsewhere where it's cheaper to do business. And granted, if taxes and regulations were lower, we might still buy things outside there, and that's not a bad thing because free trade is a very good thing. When nations do business together, they tend not to go to war with each other. That when they're trade partners, there's an old saying, when goods cross borders, bullets don't, and that's very true. So, of course, the response you get here is now Canada talking about militarizing the border and things like that. These are natural things that are going to happen as you engage in economic warfare, essentially, is what's going on. So definitely the tariffs are not good, and the crypto market is responding accordingly. And so the next question is this the end of the crypto bull market? So first let's talk about, the market is reacting appropriately because taxation is not good for growth of an economy and investment. So this is a normal thing. Now, do I think it's the end of the bull market? I don't think it's the end. It's a pretty bad sell-off. It definitely, some of the coins outside of BTC are really crashing very hard. BTC is also crashing, but I think you see more retracement. I think BTC got close to 110. It's around 97, so about a 10% total sell-off, and that's not too bad at all. But you're finding better opportunities currently. So why do I think it's not the end of the crypto bull market? And it could be, but why do I think it's not? I think it's not because, one, there's a lot of bullish things going on with crypto as well that certainly either were priced in before or have not been recognized yet, and the market hasn't priced them accordingly. So, the possibility of no taxes on a number of cryptos, American-based cryptos or a select basket of them, is a huge thing, even bigger than a strategic reserve, which is somewhat less interesting to me because the goal of crypto wasn't to have governments buy and hoard it. It was for free individuals to want to use it, and I think that's likely to occur more without tax implications. If I can move my crypto around and not face tax implications, that is a very bullish thing. People will use it more. There'll be a higher demand for it. So this is something very bullish. But also overall, I think if this is the top of the market, it was a very bad market. The total market cap of every crypto from last bull market went to about 3 trillion, and we went up to maybe like 3.8 trillion. So I see it as just a sell-off, and there will be positive momentum things going on. And I'm sure the Trump administration will do things to pump the markets because that's good for the regime. Yeah. He freed up Ross Ulbricht. I made a video about that. I didn't post it. I didn't like it enough to post it. But so yeah, pretty much in summary, I don't think it's the end of the crypto bull market, and I think tariffs are bad. Let me know what you think about tariffs in the comment section. A lot of Americans are thinking tariffs are very good. I even saw someone say, quote, Abraham Lincoln saying something positive about tariffs. Well, tariffs is actually what caused the Civil War. It's because when the South was seceding from the Union, there wasn't income taxes to feed the federal government at that time. Income taxes did not come around to 1913. He saw it as the federal government was going to get starved, so he had to go invade the South. And that was the basis of the Civil War, was over the secession of the heavy import income generation for the federal government. And Lincoln saw his demise in that happening and not having a very strong economy. So I think all the economic warfare posturing with Canada is not a good thing. I did vote for Trump because there is obviously a lot of good things happening. I knew there would be a lot of things that I did not like that would happen either, and I did not see really anything I would like with the Democratic regime. So we got Ross Ulbricht out of jail. We potentially have no taxes on crypto, so there are some positives here. But yeah, unfortunately, this is going to happen. And at least he needs to offset it with maybe doing a large cut to income taxes, payroll taxes. These are very tough on people. People pay, work 3 months a year to pay the federal government. Businesses pay a ton of money, every week or every 2 weeks whenever they run their payroll and taxes. The tax implications are, very difficult. And now you're slapping on a tariff without giving the economy any juice, any extra money to play with. Now you're just making the cost of Canadian and Mexican goods more expensive. So unfortunate to see, but hopefully I think that'll get met with some kind of positive things. And also in good news, it looks like Doge is cutting all kinds of frivolous spending by the federal government, which would bring a more balanced budget. It'll actually help the dollar, if the dollar becomes less printed. I still think crypto will still do well in that environment, but it would actually make the dollar a better competitor. Right now, the dollar's not a very good competitor in terms of, holding its value and relying on custodians. But and on top of that, it is inflated insanely because of the government's overspending every year. So, we'll see how this plays out. Definitely, creating $2 trillion in debt every year is not sustainable. And this federal government seems like they are actually doing something actionable. How much damage control they can do is still yet to be seen, but they are certainly trying. And there's going to be so much news and things going on with this government, as they definitely work a lot more than the last government. The government before did not do too much. So anyways, give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Let me know what you think about the state of the market. Is it over? Is this cycle over? Are you selling your crypto, and what do you think about tariffs? Do you like tariffs? Do you like that form of taxation? Let me know down below. Thank you.